this video, I wanted to share with you how I've been using the LA Girl Pro Color Foundation Mixing Pigment. Wanted to let you in on a couple of tricks and tips. So depending on where you might live, you might be taking off your mask or fairly soon, letting your skin show more, and you want to make sure, okay, is my foundation still matching with how I looked last year before everything was getting all covered up? But also how you can take maybe a foundation or skin tint in your collection and really self-adjust it to match your skin tone. We're talking dead on 100%. The Pro Mixing Pigment, it comes in several shades. Of course, I have the blue. This looks more like a blue violet to me. They also have a white pigment. There is a yellow one, and then there is like a warmer tone, like a red orange. There's nothing the makeup brands love to teach to consumers is, well, you need a winter shade, and you need a summer shade, and you need an Easter shade, and 4th of July shade, and New Year's shade. They're always trying to get you to get 4 or 5 bottles of foundation, if not more, because you're going to be lighter and darker. Grab a mixer, something that you can use, or mix your other foundations together and really try to self-adjust it depending on how your skin might change throughout the season. Don't be falling for this, buying all these extra products for nothing. So hopefully I can help you with that. Myself, my undertone is warm, but I'm warm golden olive. Quite a long title. Where would I land on, let's say, the color wheel? I would land within this area right here between the green and the yellow. If you look at the opposite of it, you're looking right here. Take the pigment mixer and see, it falls right into that category. So that's why I have the blue. So the blue is going to turn any foundation, any skin tint, depending on how much I put in, it's going to add in that olive tone that I'm looking for, and it's going to cool down all that warmth. I have 2 foundations and 2 skin tints that I'm using as an example to show you how the color will change. Now for foundations, I have the Too Faced Born This Way in Chai, and then I have the True Match Lumi. This is the Radiance version. Now with the Too Faced one in Chai, this one, when I first got it, I want to say maybe this should be about the 3rd year. This shade worked fine on me. I feel like it was just much darker. It just was darker at that time frame. But I noticed that when I reached for it in this current year, it's a lot warmer on me now. So this just isn't going to be on its own. It's going to work for me. It does pull down that warmth, and it does turn it into that olive overlaying base tone that just blends right into my skin tone. For L'Oreal True Match Lumi, I'm in the shade C6, and it states cool, but what I noticed with L'Oreal's color charts, their cool runs more neutral. Their yellow, to me, I feel goes a lot more like, what's the word? It has a lot more yellow in it than my skin can take. And then they're neutral, so it has an N, it runs cool. So I feel like they just have it a little bit backwards. So for this one, it's still slightly off. I'm missing that olive undertone that I need. And the blue mixer, once I add it in, it blends right into my skin tone. So it's not so much about the warmth like the Too Faced, it's really just that, the overlay of what I need. The skin tints, the Urban Decay Stay Naked Hydromaniac, which I also already reviewed and I had stated, this runs very warm. That's also the feedback from people with other shades. This just runs a lot more warmer than usual. So this one is a perfect sample to try against the blue and see how it pulls down that warm. And as expected, it does cool it down enough, and again, adds in that olive tone that I need. This just blends right into my skin. So moving forward, this is the perfect cocktail. I purposely chose this one from Lancome. This is a Skin Feels Good, which is in the honey shade. Their honey shade is just a tad lighter for my skin tone. So it just needs some help trying to add in a little bit more warmth into it, because overall it's a lot more neutral on me with zero olive at all added to it. If you have, let's say, the blue mixer and you want to use it against any type of a shade that already is pulling too light on you, the blue mixer is not going to adjust it so that it matches your skin tone. It's going to keep it basically keep it light, the same shade as it is, but it's going to also turn it with a lot more of a neutral tone. So for this example, which I show you, it almost looks like it has a grayish cast on my cheek. So that's exactly what it did. With that said, I won't use the blue mixer for something that is, slightly off, much lighter. That's when I pull in my Radiance that has that copper, that bronze tone, depending on which one I want to use, and it matches my skin tone because it has just enough of that warmth added to this color to match my skin perfectly. So in that case, let's say you do have a foundation or you have a tint that is slightly lighter. That's where I recommend you look at the other colors that LA Girl has, the other pigments, and you might need to play around with a couple. You might need to get the red-orange one to not only add the warmth, but you might also need to add in the yellow one. Again, it's self-adjusting depending on your undertone, so that way it can blend right into your skin. When it comes to formulating and mixing and getting these shades for the foundation, I actually have a saved video. I'll put it in here. White pigment goes into play. There's even a darker tone like a black pigment. You see the blue, you see red, you see yellow, depending on what foundation color it's going to make. There's a lot that goes into it. So again, you might need to use a few if you even want to go that route. Thank you everyone for stopping by and watching. I do appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.